this is where it all happens, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what are we going to be experiencing today?
So I'm just going, and they're going to have to give me some Botox injections. Now, these Botox injections is about between 10 to 15 at one time, you know. So it's not like they do one and I come back. They do it all here.
My name is Elaine B., and I have a great show for you today. Sitting with me here is Mr. Sam Bradley. Now, Sam, can you give me a little background about yourself?
Oh, well, once again, involved in a lot of sports, okay? And when I say sports, I'm talking about wrestling.
Oh, really?
In fact, I held the NCAA record for the quickest pin in wrestling,
Really?
yes, in college.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm also a black belt in karate.
Wow,
Okay.
congratulations.
Thank you. And also, I used to play football, and that's it as far as sports is concerned.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I am the CEO of Gospel Beat Entertainment. So I like to take people who have a lot of talent and don't know what to do with their talent,
Yes.
and put them out there.
Now, you're here today to tell me about this rare, what is it called? Dystonia?
Yeah, it's called dystonia.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Well, dystonia is a neurological condition, let's just say it that way. Okay, and I've had it for about 6 years.
Wow.
Okay, and what it does is it affects my muscles in my body. They fight against each other, and it's very painful. Okay, and very uncomfortable. And what it does is, by the pulling and the twisting of my muscles, it tends to make me look like an afflicted type of way, you know, and the doctors haven't found a cure for the disease, and I don't know how long. And I know they're still trying, but they haven't found one yet.
Wow. How does this impact your everyday life and your family?
Well, what it does is, I know it impacts my family much because I can't do some of the things that I used to do. I can't even work at where I used to work before. I used to make a pretty good penny, but once again, if someone keeps calling out or, have to go home because the illness flares up, then nobody wants to keep a person like that on the job.
So tell me what treatments are available for this.
Well, what treatments are available, the treatment that I'm taking is called Botox.
Oh.
Now, most females have heard of Botox because of, cosmetic-wise. But I take it for the dystonia. I take it once, a shot once every 3 months. Now, when I go for that appointment, I have to take about 15 shots at a time.
Wow.
And that's very, very painful. And they give me shots all over my body.
Now, which quadratus? The quadratus is, in this area. So the right side more?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I only have 50,
Yeah.
so I want to use it judiciously.
Yeah.
And so we can go, the best thing is to go by where your symptoms are. So point with your hand where it is.
It really hurts up in this area here.
Show me again.
Right up in here. Yeah.
Tell me what I'm
A little lower. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
So more in that one?
Yeah, right there, right
Okay,
there.
now that seizes up on you?
Yeah.
Doc, how does Botox work?
Okay, so Botox is synthesized. It's actually made by bacteria, and it's one of the most potent neurotoxins known to man. Now, it's very, very small doses, but it's taken up by the nerve, and you put it in the muscle, and it's taken up by the nerve, and it prevents the release of the neurotransmitter that causes the muscle to contract. And it does that by binding to a protein that pulls the neurotransmitter to the membrane. And so that protein is resynthesized in about 3 months, and so that's why you keep needing the medicine. So, so again, you inject it into the muscle. It's taken up by the nerve, and at the nerve terminal, it prevents the release of the neurotransmitter. So if you can't release neurotransmitter, you can't contract the muscle. And it's all degrees. It's not yes or no. A muscle has, millions of fibers, and you might hit, 200,000 of them. So it's all a matter of degrees. And he has dystonia so diffuse that sometimes you hit one area and another one acts up. You hit the area that counts, and then the muscle finds a way to contract around it. So it's like a moving target.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you're doing something for awareness.
Yes, yes.
What is it that you're doing?
Well, what we're doing is we open up a foundation, and it's called Dystonia Matters. And, we just started that foundation, and so it's not really out yet, but it's going to be kicked off pretty soon. And we just want to have everyone get knowledgeable about the illness, because there's a lot of people who don't know about the disease. There's a lot of people who, when I tell them what illness that I have, they say, I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of it until the last time when you mentioned it.
Yes.
And I noted the last time when you were here, you had a problem with the light.
Yes, the lights. That's a trigger. The light's a trigger. Loud music is a trigger. When it rains, sunlight, everything extreme triggers dystonia. I get an attack every day.
Oh, wow.
But when I have those conditions and those scenarios, that's when I get it very bad.
So what do you do when you get these attacks? It depends on where you are. How do you handle this?
Well, if I'm driving, I tend to tell when it's coming on. Either pull over.
What are your symptoms? What do you...
Well, my muscles tend to flare up and everything, and my body seize up. And so it basically just shuts down. And so that's what I have to have someone else take the wheel. Or, I say that when it happens for 15 minutes, or it happens the whole entire day. When I'm in bed, I just can't move.
Wow, this sounds so serious. Especially if you're driving.
Yes, it is. Over 400,000 people have this condition, but really no one knows about it. Okay, like MS, Parkinson's, those are cousins to dystonia.
Can you tell us again of the awareness so that people can be aware of this? Because sometimes we may have it and we don't even know.
Right. Well, once again, if like for me, how I found out about it, I was at work, and then my arm felt like my whole shoulder felt like it was dislocated. And I know I wasn't doing anything for my shoulder to get dislocated, but it happened, and then it started very, very painful. Then my arms and my hands started moving in a unconditional way, uncommon way, and then I didn't know what to do. They called the ambulance, and they came, and they treated me. So if it affects your throat, and then it stops me from speaking,
Oh, wow.
And like there's various types of dystonia. They have it where they call it eye fluctuation dystonia. You can have it in your legs, your foot, your back, and that's called focal dystonia. And what I have is generalized dystonia, which is all of them combined. There's no way to tell that a person has dystonia, because when we went to the doctor couldn't even diagnose me because he didn't know what I had. Wow. So me and my wife, we looked it up, And she actually diagnosed me by having that illness because I had all the symptoms of dystonia.
So is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to tell me about dystonia?
Just do your research on dystonia, because if a person has dystonia, one way that you can tell is because if that person will tend to become aloof. He doesn't want to socialize with anybody.
Right.
He doesn't want to go any place. I stayed in my house for a whole year because I didn't want to go outside because I didn't know when that condition would affect me and would come on. Yes.
So I want to wish you all the best.
Yes.
And I hope that you would come back and tell us when you have this whole foundation that you're doing for awareness.
Yes.
All the best.
Thank you.
Okay.